Hello, everyone. My name is Mrs. Olguin. I just wanted to take a quick moment to introduce myself to you and to introduce you to, and to welcome you, I should say, to our new school year together. And it's very exciting. So I just put together a small little presentation. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself, give you a little bit of a course overview for the biology class, talk a little bit about netiquette, something called Class Dojo, go over some late work policies, as well as projects and the learning goals for this class. It's just a way for you to kind of get to know me better and to be prepared mentally for this course. So let's start with the course overview. Okay, so pretty much our course is going to be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's going to be live instruction. So what that means is that when you come into class, you will be logging into Canvas, clicking on the Zoom link. This is something that I will go over with you once again when we're in the classroom, but you will be clicking on the Zoom link, and then that's how you're going to connect with me and watch me live. So you will have live instruction 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Now on Wednesdays, it's going to be independent work day. So that's going to be the day that you'll be doing things like online labs, activities, it'll be worksheets, things like that, things that you can do independently. There are going to be times that I may actually provide video instruction that day. So you might be watching a video explaining how to do the activity for that Wednesday. But the point is, there will not be live instruction on Wednesdays. Now, there may be some occasions where maybe something's happening during that week when I may have to switch classes. In other words, maybe for some reason I won't be able to sign in on a Friday. And I will let you guys know ahead of time that, hey guys, I can't sign in on, let's say, Friday. Instead, we will have live instruction on Wednesday. That may happen occasionally, but it's not something that will happen very common, but it may happen. Just a little heads up. But the main thing is Wednesdays will be independent work. You will not be signing into Zoom on Wednesdays. Now, I love to try to keep things simple and organized, as well as very systematic. I want it to be very predictable. So with that thought in mind, all assignments are due on Friday. So no matter what the assignment is, you will receive it on Monday. Everything is due on Friday. You will have weekly agendas. So you never have to ask me, what are we doing? What's gonna happen? If you're absent, you don't have to ask me what you missed. Just look at the weekly agenda. All weekly agendas are posted by Monday, and they stay posted, and they are dated. So let's say you were absent on Monday and you're coming in on Tuesday. You wanna know what we did on Monday? Look at the agenda. Look at Monday and you'll see exactly what you missed. Well, let's say you're absent and you're at home. Maybe you're not feeling so well. Well, the beauty of being in a virtual classroom is that you can be in the classroom anywhere. So even if you're home and you're sick, believe it or not, you can actually still call into the class. Yes, obviously, all you need is internet access at home. You would come in through Canvas just like you would in the classroom, and you can still join the class live. So again, even if you're home sick in the bed, you can tie in and get the instruction. However, if you can't for whatever reason, again, you can look into Canvas and see what you're missing. You can see what assignments that you're missing and whatever happened on that day. There will be daily bell work assignments. Generally speaking, I will be emailing these to you. So in your Canvas account, you have an inbox. And so every morning when you come into class, you can check the inbox and you will see a bell work assignment that's been emailed to you. All of the bell works are dated. So again, let's say you're absent and you want to know, well, what was the bell work I missed yesterday, Mrs. Olguin? Well, no worries. Just go to your inbox, look at the subject lines, and you can find the bell work for the day that you were missing. And of course, I encourage you to do the bell works because you do get points for completing them on a weekly basis. Last thing here, daily class recordings. I record every class. Everything is recorded. Now, I am teaching 2 honors biology courses and 3 regular biology courses. So I will be recording all the classes, and then all I will do is post the recording that I like the most. And so it'll just be one recording for each day. So in other words, my 2 honors class, you will have 1 recording for both of those classes. My 3 regular ed biology classes, you will have 1 recording for all 3. So what does that mean? Again, if you're absent, you don't have to ask me, what did I miss? Just simply go into the agenda and play the video, and you can actually see the live instruction. So again, this is the beauty of having an online class. You have accessibility to everything. It's right at your fingertips. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to share with you is a little about myself. So who am I, by the way? Who is this Mrs. Olguin? Well, guys, I have well over 20 years of teaching. In fact, I believe this is year 23 for me, 23 or 24. I live in Orlando, Florida. So I'm in the Eastern time zone. And the reason why I'm teaching online, because of my 20 years, most of it has been in a regular classroom with students. But about 4 years ago, I had a little person, my son, Leonardo. I have my son now. And so because I wanted to be home to spend more time with my son, I decided to switch to teaching virtually. And that's why I'm with PLI. And that's why I'm your teacher right now. And I love teaching online. It gives me extra time with my son, but it also allows me to do what I love, which is teaching. And during those 20 years, I've taught just about every science you could think about: biology, chemistry, physics, AP, environmental science, anatomy and physiology, you name it, marine biology. I've taught just about every science out there. But right now I'm just teaching biology. So I have a lot of experience in a lot of different areas. And I am actually in school right now. I am working on my doctorate. I'm focusing on curriculum and learning with a specialization in instructional design and technology, specifically with distant learning. And so what does that all mean? That just means that I'm in school too. So just like you have homework to do, I do too. So in any case, it's just a little about me. Okay. So the other thing I want to talk about is a little bit of netiquette. What in the world is netiquette? Well, you guys may have heard of this by now. Netiquette pretty much is just proper online behavior. You guys are in high school. You probably already know this. Just some quick little things. Obviously, we can do a lot of chatting online. And in the classroom, we can chat to communicate. When we're having classroom discussions, sometimes I'll have you just type it into the chat box. Sometimes I might turn on your mic and have you voice it verbally. When you are messaging me, again, you are typing this. So things to keep in mind, you guys probably already know, so you want to avoid caps. When you write in all caps, that means you're screaming. And of course, you don't want to be screaming at me. So it's really important, guys, that you proofread what you post. Autocorrect is a great tool, but you probably know that sometimes it autocorrects the wrong thing. So just make sure you always kind of read your post before you post it. Read what you wrote just to make sure it says what you wanted to say. The other thing is all of the chats and emails are saved. You've got to know that ahead of time. So anything you write me, anything you write in the classroom is saved. It is a record. Now, mostly it's used for me. So like, for instance, if students are asking me questions, I can go back and see, did I answer so-and-so's question or whatever the case? But on the other hand, it is a record for behavior. So for instance, I have had students that got upset for whatever reason and decided they want to share a few choice words with me. Well, it's on record. And I can use that record to send it in for disciplinary action. So in other words, if a student is using foul language, they're cursing in emails or on the chat box, I can and will use it, send it in so that the disciplinary actions at your school can take place, whatever that is. If it's being written up, being sent to the dean, assistant principal, whatever the procedure is for your school will follow afterward. So just remember that everything you write is saved. Okay. Same things with the videos of the classroom. With my recordings, it does record you in the classroom. So again, if a student is misbehaving, they're doing something completely inappropriate, I can actually use those video recordings and use that to, talk with administration or whatever about the behavior of a student. So I'm just letting you know ahead of time that, things are being recorded. Okay. So really just remember that all communication is also linked to your name. So you can't type something in the chat box and be anonymous. I'm going to know who you are because when you sign into Zoom, your name is automatically linked. When you send me an email, when you send me a message through Canvas, your name is automatically linked. So don't think that, I'm going to send this, she's not going to know it's from me. Yeah, I'm going to know it's from you. Okay. So it's just a little heads up. That has not been a huge issue in the past, but I just want you to know that this is, that this is what's going to happen in the classroom. So just behave appropriately. You guys know this. Okay. The next thing I wanted to chat about is something called Dojo and the late work policy. So in a nutshell, guys, all of your assignments will lock a week after the due date. So what does that mean? Okay, so I give you assignments on Monday. That's due on Friday. That's your due date, okay? The assignment's gonna remain open for another 7 days, and the following Friday, they're gonna lock. And what that means is that you will no longer have access to that assignment. You will no longer be able to open that assignment to complete it because it is locked, okay? After the due date, late work will lose 5% of its value every day past the due date. So if you decide, well, I'm going to finish this assignment on Saturday, that's fine, but you're going to lose 5% of your grade because it's a day late. Let's say you decide you're going to do it 3 days later. Well, 5, 10, 15. Now you've lost 15% of whatever grade you normally get on the assignment. Okay. Now, once it's actually locked, so let's say for whatever reason you don't even do the assignment, it is now past 7 days and the assignment is locked. Now you decide, well, Ms. O'Gean, I really want to do this assignment. I can open it for you, but you got to have something called Dojo Points. Okay, Class Dojo is an application that I use to keep track of behavior in the classroom. The facilitator in the classroom, the teacher that's in that's in the classroom, someone's in the classroom, is going to have access to this too. That's how we're going to keep track of your behavior. So what am I keeping track of? I'm keeping track of things like, are you signing into Zoom? You get a point for that. You get a dojo point for that. Are you participating? Like when I'm asking questions, are you answering them? Are you asking me questions about what we're talking about? Are you offering your insight on the information that we're covering? You get points for that. The facilitator in the classroom is going to look at your behavior. If the facilitator sees that, wow, so-and-so is really paying attention, so-and-so's on task, they can assign you points. But on the other hand, if the facilitator in the classroom is seeing you, maybe you're on your cell phone, she's going to mark it. They see you're knocked out going to sleep, you're going to mark it. So now I have a record of your behavior in the classroom, and I can see, on Monday, so-and-so was on their cell phone, so-and-so was sleeping, so-and-so was talking. It's no wonder they don't have the work they were supposed to do. So I'm using Class Dojo as a way to keep track of classroom behavior, primarily so that, one, I can see what you're doing, and it helps me to understand if you're not doing well. I can see why you're not doing well. The other thing is that if a parent comes and wants to know, well, how is my child doing in your class? My child did not get the grade I expected them to get. Why is that? I can look back and say, well, it's because they're doing this and doing this and doing this, or whatever the case is. So that Class Dojo, which we will talk about more together in class, is just a way, again, to keep track of behavior while you're in the classroom in my live classes. Also, during that Wednesday non-instructional independent work day, the facilitator in the classroom can also use Class Dojo to keep track of behavior. So they can give you points and they can take away points, just like I can, okay? And let's say I do open that assignment for you. Well, because it's so late, I will let you do it, but the highest rate you're gonna get is a 65. So let's say you do the assignment perfectly. Normally you've gotten an A. Well, because it was over a week late, you're going to get a 65 at the highest. Now, a 65 is better than a 0, but it is a 65. So something to keep in mind. So what's the lesson here? The lesson is get your work in on time. Plain and simple. I always give you guys enough time to get your work done. Generally speaking, you will have between 1 to usually no more than about, I would say, 3 to 5 assignments due within a week, usually. Usually you have to do a participation. There's usually notes you have to upload. There's usually like an activity or a lab you have to upload. Generally speaking, I mean, and it changes week by week, but just in general, you have maybe about 3 to 5 assignments. It just depends on what's happening that week, but you always have enough time to do it if you use your time wisely. And that's really the key thing, is to use your time wisely. Okay, last thing I want to go with you guys is projects and learning goals. So yes, you will have multiple projects throughout the year. Some projects will be maybe a week long. Others might be a whole, half a semester long. So it all depends on the project. But of course, I will inform you as to what that project is, so you will know exactly what that is. So one of the biggest differences we're going to see between regular biology and honors biology are going to be things like, for instance, the projects. So obviously honors biology, there will be a higher expectation for their project. There will be a higher expectation for assignments and quizzes and things like that. The curriculum for both regular bio and honors bio are the same. It's just expectations are higher for honors biology. So whereas, let's say, regular biology might have multiple choice, honors biology may have short answer essay questions where they have to write out an explanation to something. Okay, same thing with the projects. A project maybe in regular biology may only have, let's say, 5 requirements, but in honors biology may have 10 requirements. So, it's just that's going to be the kind of the difference between the two. You're going to see it in the assessments. That's going to be the difference between the regular biology and honors biology. But everything else is pretty much going to be the same. You're both are learning the same information. Like I said, just the assessments and the projects are going to be the biggest difference, and expectations, of course. Like I have a higher expectation for my honors students because you're in honors class, versus my regular ed biology, because I still have expectations. Don't get me wrong. I still challenge. Okay, I'm a challenging teacher. I will challenge both levels of my students. However, my honors students, because you are in honors, obviously, your challenges will be a step up versus regular ed. All right, so learning goals. Students will master core biological contents. So obviously, you're going to learn all the basics of biology. And a big thing is that students will obtain skills that are going to be applicable beyond the classroom. Guys, the things I'm going to teach in this class isn't just going to be biology, but it's going to be important things about just things that you can take on into your other classes throughout your high school years and even into college. So I really try to not just focus on just biology, but I want you to have skills that you can take with you. And so as we're learning biology, you're going to hear me say things like, guys, what you're learning now, you can use in college. Guys, what you're learning now, you can use in the workplace. So I try to help you to see that, biological world isn't this little room that, I'm only going to learn it here and that's it. No. What you're going to learn in my class is going to even go beyond my class. And that goes for both levels, for honors biology and regular biology. Everything that I teach you, you can take beyond the classroom, because I want you to have skills like study skills, organizational skills, things like that you can take beyond the classroom. And so that's it, guys. So that's it for this video. In the classroom, we will get to know each other more. We'll have more information about the courses. But like I said, I just wanted to introduce myself, give you guys a chance to kind of see who I am, and help you to get a little more acclimated into the virtual classroom world. So thank you for your time, and I will see you online. Bye-bye.